Hey guys, it's Mike here. If you're new to the channel, I've been working on restoring this case 1840 since, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. And I decided to work on the pins and bushings first. So it feels like the progress is slow, but in reality it's just pretty tedious to do this pins and bushings on this thing. All of the pins are 1 inch, and show you what I've got done so far. I have, these are the where the lift cylinders mount to the arm. These are 30 over, so 1 inch 30 thousandths. I made the pin out of 4140, honed the hole. So I got both sides done. This is the upper tilt cylinder, rod eye where it mounts. These are, I'll leave it in there, but these are 25 over, so 1 inch 25 thousandths. I was able to make the new pin and then hone these. They were worn a little bit, but I honed these out to basically just over 1 inch 25 thousandths. And the most time consuming. So here's where the quick attach plate pivots. These were worn really bad, and I'll throw a clip in here about how bad they were. I made a homemade or do-it-yourself line boring setup and brought these from 1 inch is what the standard is to 1 inch 300 thousandths, so 300 over. And I'm doing that because one, it took about 230 thousandths to clean them up. That's how worn they were. But also this quick attach plate is not original to the machine. And I don't want to bore all these out to 1 inch, what would have been 230 thousandths, because these are only worn, the worst one here was worn, I had to bring it about 45 over to clean it up. So I'm bringing them all to 1 inch 50 thousandths, which will give me a 1 inch 300 minus 50 will give me 250 thousandths of clearance. So I'll make some bushings out of tool steel, which will have 1/8 inch walls I'll press in there, and that'll take up the clearance. So I'll give you a better look here. So that's where I'm at here with the loader arm. I'm currently on the lathe making these pins, turning them out of 4140 to 1 inch 50 thousandths, and then I'm going to use the pins to finish off, hone them in perfectly. What I've been using to hone these out is this. I've been thrilled with these. There's little Amco. They're for wheel cylinders, I think, back in the day. But you throw that on there, and then there's this. This drives it. So unlike like those springy, cheap ones you find at AutoZone, I call them a rigid hone. So you can't they straighten up taper and out around pretty well. And I got a few sets of these. Here's a little bit bigger body. So Pretty handy little guys. And I'll bring you over here to the lathe. And let's see here. I got a little bit of surface finish here, probably because it's not supported. I don't have a follower rest for this machine, or a steady rest for that matter, but right now I am at 1 inch 53 thousandths on this end. I'm at 1 inch 53.5 thousandths on this end. And I'm at 1 inch 55 in the center, probably because of the tool pressure is flexing this out. So pretty happy with this machine as far as how it's cutting over a distance. Really, it's only off a 0.5 thousandths over. This is over a foot. It's like 15 inches or so. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm going to take a real light cut to try to get this a little closer, because this 5 thousandths is too much to take off with sandpaper. I'd like to get it about a thou and a half over, and then I'll cut this into 2 pieces, and one to be, it's like a 7 inches long each side, and I'll use that to final hone in the holes on this loader. Quick attach, not a plate, but quick attach assembly. I'm kind of struggling though, so I have to make this. Obviously this is loose because these are oversized. You can see how worn they were. But I'm not thrilled about the idea of welding onto the 4140. I plan to heat treat and temper the pins, but I'm a little afraid of welding on here, so I'm thinking about maybe just drilling a hole in it and threading it first, and just having a bolt there. I don't know. Whatever. If you guys have any comments on that, if I do weld it, it would be just a piece of mild steel welded onto the 4140 pin. I don't know if I would do that before or after heat treating. So, not sure, but my heat treating has been going well because I bought a K-type probe for my gas forge. I can monitor the temperatures and hold the temperatures really close. I made some 52100, which is a bearing steel bushings. I made all of these bushings out of that, heat treated and tempered them. And if you know anything about 52100, it's finicky to heat treat. And I was able to hold it, I don't remember what the temperature was, 1500, 1550, something like that. I was able to hold it within 20 degrees for about 30 minutes to get it a good soak. And then I tempered them at 400 degrees in the oven for about an hour and a half. Let's look at some of my... So I got the lift cylinders completely done. New bushings on the lift cylinders, both sides. And they fit, the pins, obviously. I got one new pin I made that goes in the machine for the other end. These are oversized by 30 thousandths as well. And they go here, which I'm honing this out, and I got the first part of it here fit, but that's still too small. I gotta hone that out some more. So look how worn that was. So yeah, lots and lots of time making all these parts. Honestly, I mean, if you bought new parts, then you can't make them oversized. It kind of limits you. So I got a lot of time in what I have here so far. I still have to do the pivot for the boom, which goes up high, right there. I don't know how worn. I don't believe those are too worn. They don't feel like it. So that's the next thing on the list. And then the tilt cylinders, the ends of those go here. And I do not know how worn this area is. Like I said, my machine is about I think it's an 89 or 90, case 1840. This quick attach is not original because the 1840 of I think before sometime in the 90s it did have a quick attach plate, but it didn't have the tubes. It had like a square section and it was prone to twisting. So when they updated the machine, sometime mid to late 90s, I think it was, they went to this heavy tube setup to remedy that. Well, someone had swapped this from a newer machine onto this machine, and that's why I think there's a lot less wear on this actual quick attach assembly than the actual loader boom itself. And the boom, it was pretty well greased up in here, the easier ones to get to, but those were completely dry, and one was actually missing a grease zert altogether, so I don't think it had been well maintained at all. But I finished the pins and bushings. Next will be to clean this up, check everywhere for cracks. There's a little bit of welding in here. Looks like it's pretty old. I don't see any cracks, but I'm going to clean it up a little bit before I paint this. Taking this off. It's probably handy, but it's not original, and I'm a sucker for keeping things original. So I'm going to paint it, and I don't know if I'm going to slowly start putting all the parts back on it and cleaning them up and painting them as I go, as well as this quick attach plate to some of the hard stops here. This is where it pivots up against the boom. I'm going to build these up, make them flat. Also, you can see here, and I know it's not necessary, but guys, I'm looking at this as it's kind of like a car restoration, guys that work on frame off restorations on cars for 5 years. I don't expect this to take 5 years, but I'm not in any hurry to, move this along quick and shortcut. I'm really enjoying the process. I want to bring it back to like new condition. I have that Ford tractor I worked on with a bucket and loader on it. So I have another machine to do the work that I need to do, which is pretty minimal. But I'm just enjoying it, really. I've always wanted a case skid steer with the 4B. I was really looking for the 1845C, but got a decent price on this 1840, which is more than big enough for what I do. Yeah, it's leaning because the back right tire is flat. But progress on the boom. Get the boom and quick attach plate finished, painted, reassembled. I'll move that to somewhere else in the shop, possibly outside under a tarp. not sure yet. And then I will start pulling parts off of that and go all the way down to the bare frame is my plan, and start building it up from scratch. This shelf system I recently made because I found that when I was pulling the parts off, I didn't have anywhere to put them. So it's on heavy duty casters. I can move this around. Planning on tagging everything and putting it on the shelf, and that way I can still move it around. I'm getting a little tight in this. My shop's 30 by 50. I keep adding toys, and my room to work is getting smaller and smaller, but I still feel pretty fortunate for the room I have. This little mess over here is have 2 kids under 8, and this is what keeps them entertained. Hammer, nails, blocks of wood, good stuff. Show you some my son's handiwork. I don't know if that's a skateboard or what he was trying to make there, but anyway, that is the progress on the Case 1840. I'll get you another video in a few weeks, month, or whenever I feel like doing it. Catch you guys later. Bye.